Hey, so as always, we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to spray the back of the lace with some Got To Be spray and blow dry it on hot. And these are the colors I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do in this tutorial is basically showing you like two different ways that I color hair. When I color hair black. So this is my wig, by the way. So I'm doing the hot water method, and I like the Kisstation brand versus Adore. To me, it's I don't know, it's a better quality, it smells better. So I like Kisstations, and I use black and blue black mix, and that is just full of hot water, not boiled hot water, but just hot water from the sink. And I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to dip my wig in here. So this is one way you can color your hair black. It's the hot water method. Now, I did stain my lace. So because it's my wig, I wasn't tripping, because I know that I can fix it, finesse it. After a couple washes, the the dye will come out, and it did. I believe it came out like the very next day when I washed it. The dye came off the lace. However, if you are going to do this for a customer, I would just personally hand paint the closure of frontal, just to be on the safe side. Just be on the safe side. But if you know what you're doing, and you got this, you're not new to this, you're true to this, hey, do you. But for me, I would never. But for my own wig, I'm cool. I'm good. So this is how I color my wigs black. I just did the whole thing in there and let it sit for like 10 minutes. It gets so black. It's so pretty. And I go in with the Kisstations clear color to give like a nice shine look to it. So yeah, but anyways, so this is one way you can color your hair. Black is the hot water method. And I love Revlon's dye, by the way, too. And so this is the other way. You can just hand paint it. And so because this is a wig that I'm going to put on the website, I did the frontal by hand. And I like to use a spoolie for the roots. And so I go in there with the spoolie to hit the roots, because I did bleach the knots, and so the roots are kind of brassy a little bit. So I'm going to go in there and hit the roots, and then I'm going to follow up with my brush and then paint or color the rest of the hair. And I do this on anytime I color hair and I have to get the roots, I use a spoolie. You can also use a small tooth comb if that works for you. So yeah, just something small to get in there. It's tedious, but it's definitely worth it. Your customer will be so happy that you took the time to do this step, because I've had people give me wigs to like fix, which I don't do anymore, but I used to. And I'll turn the lace or the wig upside down or inside out, and then the whole lace is just stained. It's just so messy. So spray the back of your lace with something to protect it, and go in by hand and color your frontal or your closure, and take your time and be very neat about it. This process is sped up, but I take my time and do this step. It's worth it. The customer will be so happy. If it's for you, you'll be happy. So just take the time and hand paint it. And then when I was done with this, I did go to the back and hand paint the back of the hair. Because like I said, I plan on selling it. So I didn't want, if I dipped it, the cap may have had like black dots, stains in it. And I just don't want that. Like, to me, it's unprofessional. It's messy. And you pay a lot of money for this wig. You don't want any stains or dots or nothing like that. You want it to be neat and clean. So I don't know. I don't think I showed that in this tutorial, but I did go back and hand paint the back of the wig. So Anyways, so you want to go ahead and do that. I did let it sit for about an hour. Yep, for about an hour. I let the dye sit on there, and then I rinse it out in cool water, not necessarily cold, but cool water. And what I like to do is follow up with a color safe shampoo and a color safe conditioner. And as a matter of fact, I'll insert a picture of the kind that I use. Is by Ion, and so I will insert it in this tutorial of what I use. But I definitely follow up with that just to make sure that it's not bleeding still. That's the worst, when you put your hair on a pillow or some clothes and you wake up and it's stained. So yep, I follow up with those two, and I let it air dry, and I start the process the next day. So I'll let you guys sit up here and watch this part that I do. I don't think I show the whole head, because who got time for that? I know y'all don't. I know I don't. So anyways, I'll see y'all in the next clip. All right, and here is her. This is her. I named her Drea for the website. She's a pretty bust down middle part, which is always a vibe. And then the last clip is me and my wig that I colored. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace and God bless. Mwah.